We begin in Uganda this morning on the Daily Monitor. And of course, the big one there says Museveni to crush PDM cash thieves. It says the president, of course, there's a picture there of President Yoweri Museveni. It says the president in his address to parliament says he will mess up bureaucrats who mess up parish development model and MUGA funds that are meant to get poorest Ugandans into the money economy. You can find more of that in pages 4 and 5. Also this morning, opportunities at, jobs. If you're looking for jobs, top right corner of the Daily Monitor shares a couple of jobs that are available. New series. Nabagereka says, my journey to the arms of a king. You can read more on that. And also in the news, 2 picked for Luwero Diocese seat. And prison's top chiefs shuffled on page 2 of the Daily Monitor. Armed men deny 500 locals access to homes over land roll. And also soldiers defy lands minister. That's on page 28. These are the big ones you can find on the Daily Monitor in Uganda this morning. Let's go to Kenya and see what's on the Daily Nation newspapers this morning. It says there, loyalists top Ruto's bloated CAS lineup. I think we did speak a little bit about this weeks ago. You know, the number of people who, of course, President William Ruto got to, add to his cabinet. Some of them from the past administration of Uhuru Kenyatta, and some of them, of course, just simply loyalists of William Ruto. It says, what austerity? President William Ruto added another burden to the taxpayers by increasing the number of nominees for the position of Chief Administrative Secretary from 23 to 50, creating the largest executive in recent history. The list comprises mainly politicians who lost in the general election last year. That's on pages 4 and 5. And Ryla says, I won't be intimidated to call off protests. We can also find on the Daily Nation this morning, bombardment as operation intensifies. And it's talking about, I'm not sure where this is taking place now, but it says the government increased its firepower, including artillery in 6 targeted counties from Monday. Well, I think that's fighting insecurity in East Africa. Also this morning, win for teachers in disciplinary cases. Teachers have secured a major victory in court after a judge nullified decisions made by disciplinary panels that were not shared by a member of the Teachers Service Commission. If that's an interesting story to you, then find out more on page 3 of the Daily Nation. These are the stories that we can share this morning. Of course, you can find pictures also of some of those that have been added to the position of Chief Administrative Secretary by President William Ruto. Some of those names and pictures are right there on the newspapers this morning. Away from Kenya this morning, let's see what's going on in Nigeria this morning on the ThisDay newspapers. It says, Tinubu, character, competence will determine my cabinet makeup. It says his mind is set on governance while other aggrieved candidates head to court. Declares new parties and good showing speaks to strength of democracy. Not sure what that is about. And also this morning, polls, IG orders restriction of movement in 36 states. Remember, that starts from later tonight, I believe. And of course, tomorrow morning, when the elections proper would be taking off here in Nigeria. Presidency insists a presidential election was free and fair. And also says Naira redesign policy greatly reduced kidnapping. We can also find on the ThisDay newspapers this morning. Atiku to Tinubu begging for endorsement is an act of desperation. That's on page 5 of the ThisDay newspapers. And also the Lagos State Governor, Sanwo-Olu, who apparently didn't show up for election debates when he was invited, I think, multiple times to share with the rest of Lagosians what his plans are for the next 4 years and what his government has been able to achieve in the past 4 years. Says on the ThisDay newspapers, I am best prepared to take Lagos to the next level. Sanwo-Olu pleads with Lagosians. Of course, Peter Obi, the Labour Party candidate, says, my trust in INEC evaporated. I'm confident in judiciary, says the electoral body promised so much and couldn't deliver even minimum. Those are the ones on the ThisDay newspapers. And the Nation newspapers comes up right next, so we can find. It says here, expect a competent cabinet. Tinubu assures Nigerians, youths and women to get big roles. Economic revival tops priority. Also, presidency defends election integrity. And of course, Obi says it's not credible. Dicey race for governor and assembly seats. Tomorrow is the big day for governors across Nigeria. I think except 6 states that will not, 6 or 7 states that will not be contesting for different reasons. Of course, in figures, there are 28 governorship seats that are up for grabs, 993 House of Assembly seats. Of course, in the supplementary elections, 8 senatorial districts, 33 House of Rep seats also that will be contested. In entertainment now, in security, ISWAP, Boko Haram, IPOB feature prominently in terror index list. And also cash crisis, states reject CBN's partial compliance. AFDB and partners target $618 million and 6 million jobs for Nigerians. Bandits kill 4 soldiers and others. And also Nigeria and the UK signed MOU on tax revenue. These are the major stories on the Nation newspapers and the stories that we can take at this time. We have more newspapers coming your way in the second half of Breakfast Central. Of course, Breakfast Central continues. We're going into our top stories immediately after this very short break.